It was a very nice aeroplane. The two pilots sat side by side in the cockpit. The first pilot always sat on the left and the second pilot on the right. It would carry about 30 soldiers, or if you wish, 2 jeeps or a jeep and a gun, you know. Yeah. Oh, you had no protection, but then didn't need it. Oh, we were quite safe. The things were very airworthy. I think they were made by a firm called Airspeed. Although I heard later that lots of furniture manufacturers were engaged in making these things. But they were well built, very well built. Later on, I flew the American glider, we called it the Wacko. The Hadrian, I think, that was it, the Hadrian. But that was metal tubes and canvas. We used to refer to it as a flying bedstead. I didn't like it. It wasn't as smooth as the Horsa Glider, but it had one good point. It was so constructed that you could be set up on the ground, and the tow rope had a large loop on it, strung up between a couple of posts, like a goal post. And Dakota could fly over with a hook hanging from its tail and hook you up. That was called a snatch takeoff. That was quite good, actually. On the first occasion, of course, I felt my stomach was going to break through the back of the seat. But the second time was not so bad, and from the third time onwards it was quite routine. More of a fun glider, I suppose, but not in my view a workhorse. You know, you couldn't carry as much in that as you could in the Horsa. And the Horsa looked more like an aeroplane. And as a second pilot on the operation market, I was responsible for the loading, you see. And we had a loading chart, and from that you could space the equipment on the floor, marked by numbers, sort of with hold-fast arrangements, and you could chain these down. And by a bit of simple arithmetic, you could work out were your nose heavy or tail heavy or just right, you see. But as an insurance policy, you would usually go to one of the Royal Air Force ground crew who had a kind of a scale, a balancing thing, the silhouette of a glider, and you would tell him what you'd put on what particular station in the aircraft, and he would put his weights on this thing and see how well it balanced. It was always correct. Well, that was my job.